Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to TK, Coach on Drugs. Lovely to see you today. As always, happy that you're tuning in such large numbers. Give me a wave. Let me know that you're here. Today, I wanted to talk about something difficult. Essentially, abuse of power in positions of leadership. Yes, we have heard these words a lot, especially when it comes to public figures. I'm not going to get into politics, not because I don't want to, but because I think, there's so much abuse in all elements and kinds and places in the political and social spectrum. But what is maybe a common thread is when we see that happening, it's like someone's being malicious and does that on purpose. A corrupt politician, a senior business leader that wants, people that we unfortunately tend to villainize, which is probably another episode of Coach on the Rocks. But what about, just plain old leaders in our organizations that do it without even knowing? And what I mean by abuse in this case is really maybe even bullying someone, right? So they feel abused. So I recently been not necessarily apart, but I was aware of a situation where two leaders were in conflict. One leader said that they shouldn't, one of their team members shouldn't join a call, but they did. The employee and the team member said to the other leader on the call that the previous leader was in conflict with that, oh no, they just came to say they can't stay for the call because they were given other tasks. And the leader was leading the call, basically was saying, well, remember, I have the authority, I have this and that, and I think it was a bit of a thinly veiled threat. And the team member really took it hard upon themselves, and they reacted very emotionally afterwards. Maybe rightfully so, because it's not necessarily their fault that the leaders are in conflict. They should know better than to prey upon people and really put them into difficult situations, right? If they want to hash it out, they should hash it out among themselves, resolve their conflict, and not abuse the power they have in bullying people that, report to them or look up to them for leadership for their own, political gain. Yeah, I definitely told the leader that this is not a behavior that's considered acceptable. We had a feedback conversation that this is not how a leader that they want to be behaves in an organization. And I think they didn't really know, right? They thought, well, but why? Because it's the fault of the other leader. And whether or not one or the other leader was right, what's really important is if we're so deep into it, always as leaders we should be mindful not to trample people along the way. It's not medieval battlefields. We as leaders, if we want to really be leaders and not, vassals with our own fiefdoms, need to care for people in the organization, whoever they report to and whoever they are. This is our measure of leadership. Whether we're in a disagreement with their leader, their department, people always come first. And when it comes to who's right, we can always resolve it one way or the other. But as long as people can keep their well-being and we're not abusing our power, because sooner rather than later, in good organizations, it's not going to be something that's tolerated. But I'm really hoping that you're not getting any of this from your leaders, and your leaders actually know how to behave. And hopefully, I will be able to see you tomorrow. Bye bye.